Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into a trio of historic Jefferson Nickels that every serious collector needs to know: the 1970D, 1971D, and 1972D 5-cent coins. These coins aren't just pocket change, they are small denominations with big historical significance, unique features, and incredible market potential. Struck at the Denver Mint, each of these nickels carries the famous D mint mark and represents a period in U.S. coinage history when the country had fully transitioned to base metal coins, yet still maintained the iconic Jefferson design by Felix Schlag. What makes them truly exciting is that very fine condition examples are increasingly rare, with sharply defined portraits, clear Monticello steps, and sometimes even subtle mint errors like doubled dies or die cracks that can drastically increase their value. Over the years, collectors and investors alike have recognized these coins as high-demand collectibles, with certified high-grade specimens selling for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. Whether you're completing your date and mint mark set, hunting for rare coins, or looking for a long-term investment, the 1970D, 1971D, and 1972D Jefferson Nickels are coins you cannot overlook. They combine history, artistry, and real market value in a way few small denomination coins ever do. So stay tuned, because we're going to break down their unique features, what to look for, and why these nickels could be the most valuable coins in your collection today. The 1970D 5-cent coin is often mistakenly called a Washington 5-cent, but in reality it is the Jefferson nickel, and understanding this correctly is the first key step for serious collectors, because this coin represents an important era in American numismatic history when the U.S. Mint was producing massive quantities of circulating coinage while still maintaining strong design traditions, and the Denver Mint D mint mark plays a crucial role in identifying where this coin was struck and how it fits into the broader market. In very fine condition, the 1970D Jefferson nickel shows sharp details on Thomas Jefferson's portrait, clear hairlines, visible eye definition, and a strong outline of Monticello on the reverse, with steps that may still show partial separation, and these details are exactly what experienced collectors look for when determining premium value, because condition is everything in coin collecting. While standard circulated examples are common, the real excitement begins when we talk about rare variations, including full-step Monticello examples, off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchettes, or unusual metal composition anomalies, and these rare error or high-grade specimens are the reason collectors are willing to pay hundreds and sometimes even thousands of dollars, especially when the coin is professionally graded by PCGS or NGC and certified as a high-end very fine, extremely fine, or mint state example. Historically, the 1970s were a transitional period in U.S. coinage following the removal of silver from circulating coins, and that makes the 1970D nickel a symbol of a new monetary era, adding historical significance that collectors value beyond face value. Market demand for Jefferson nickels has steadily increased in recent years as more collectors focus on full date and mint mark sets, and coins like the 1970D become essential key pieces when found in exceptional condition, especially with strong eye appeal, original luster traces, and minimal contact marks. Auction records prove that while ordinary examples trade for modest amounts, rare certified specimens with standout features can command prices ranging from several $100s to over $2,000, particularly when competition is strong among advanced collectors, registry set builders, and error coin specialists. This is why checking your coins carefully, understanding grading standards, and recognizing subtle details can transform what looks like an ordinary 5-cent coin into a valuable historical artifact, making the 1970D Jefferson nickel not just spare change, but a potential treasure hiding in plain sight, and a perfect reminder that in the world of coin collecting, knowledge, condition, and rarity are what truly create big market value. In addition to its physical characteristics and rarity factors, the 1970 Jefferson nickel carries a powerful collector appeal because it represents a time when millions of Americans actively used coins in everyday transactions, meaning that finding an example today in very fine or better condition is becoming increasingly difficult, and this scarcity in quality is exactly what drives long-term market growth. Collectors closely examine surface preservation, original mint luster traces, strike sharpness, and the clarity of Monticello's architectural lines, especially the steps, because a coin with stronger step definition immediately separates itself from the average piece and enters a higher value category. Another critical factor is authenticity and certification, as coins graded and slabbed by major grading services gain instant credibility and liquidity in the marketplace, allowing them to sell faster and at higher prices during auctions or private sales. Investor interest has also grown as numismatics becomes recognized as a hedge against inflation, and coins like the 1970 nickel benefit from this trend when paired with rarity, rare features, or exceptional eye appeal. Over time, population reports show that high-grade survivors decrease due to damage, cleaning, or loss, making preserved examples more desirable each year. And this slow reduction in supply is why knowledgeable collectors hold on to premium specimens rather than sell quickly. When market momentum aligns with collector demand, historical relevance, and condition rarity, values can rise dramatically, and this is how a 5-cent coin originally meant for daily use can realistically enter the hundreds to thousands of dollars range, proving once again that in coin collecting, patience, education, and careful inspection can turn ordinary currency into extraordinary value. Another fascinating aspect of the 1970 Jefferson nickel is the variety of subtle details that can dramatically affect its value, even among coins that appear similar at first glance. For instance, experts often examine the strike quality, noting how sharply Jefferson's hair and coat are rendered, how pronounced the rim is, and whether the Monticello steps show full separation, because these small differences can make the difference between a standard collectible and a high-demand premium piece. Environmental factors over decades, such as circulation wear, storage conditions, and exposure to moisture or handling, also play a crucial role in preserving or degrading the coin, and collectors who understand these nuances can spot hidden gems that casual observers would overlook. Error collectors, in particular, pay attention to double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes, which can sometimes multiply the coin's value exponentially, making a single nickel worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if verified by grading services like NGC or PCGS. Beyond the technical details, the 1970 nickel is part of a larger historical narrative. Minted during a period of social and economic change in the United States, it reflects not only the artistry of the Jefferson design by Felix Schlag but also the evolution of American currency after the Silver Era, making it appealing to both numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. When combined with certified condition, scarcity of high-grade survivors, and unique features, this coin becomes more than pocket change. It transforms into a collectible treasure that can command serious attention in auctions, online marketplaces, and private collections, reinforcing the timeless truth that knowledge, patience, and a trained eye are what truly unlock the market value of rare and remarkable coins. The 1971 Washington 5-cent, more accurately known as the 1971 Jefferson nickel, is a fascinating and historically significant coin that continues to capture the attention of collectors and investors alike, and understanding its unique features, condition nuances, and market value requires careful attention to detail, beginning with the recognition that the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse, produced millions of these nickels, yet finding one today in very fine condition with well-preserved details is becoming increasingly rare, as most examples have naturally circulated for over 50 years, leading to wear that affects the hair detail on Jefferson's portrait, the coat folds, and the sharpness of Monticello on the reverse, and collectors immediately notice these differences because coins with strong rim definition, partial original luster, and clear architectural lines on Monticello's steps rise above ordinary circulation pieces. Beyond condition, The 1971 Jefferson nickel offers a variety of subtle yet highly sought-after features and variations, including full-step Monticello examples, double die obverse or reverse varieties, die cracks, and minor off-center strikes, which can significantly increase the coin's value when authenticated by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, as the presence of any error or exceptional detail transforms what was once a common 5-cent coin into a highly collectible piece that attracts serious bidders in auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces. Historically, the 1971 series is part of the post-silver era of American coinage, produced after the Coinage Act of 1965 had eliminated silver from circulating coins, reflecting a time when the U.S. Mint was balancing mass production with careful attention to design continuity, and the Jefferson portrait, created by Felix Schlag in 1938, had by 1971 become an iconic representation of American currency, making these nickels appealing not just for their numismatic value but also for their historical and artistic significance, which is especially important to advanced collectors building complete date and mintmark sets. When evaluating market value, ordinary circulated examples typically sell for face value or slightly above, but high-quality very fine coins, particularly those that exhibit strong design details, minimal contact marks, and even traces of original mint luster, are increasingly in demand, with prices ranging from several $100s up to $2,000 or more for exceptional examples, a range supported by auction records, registry set completions, and demand from collectors seeking rare high-grade specimens from the 1970s, a decade of growing interest in post-war coinage as both an investment and a historical collectible. Additionally, the 1971 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how condition, rarity, historical context, and certification interact to define a coin's ultimate market potential, emphasizing the importance for collectors to carefully inspect, properly store, and when possible, professionally grade their coins to ensure authenticity and maximize value, because even subtle differences such as stronger Monticello steps, sharper hairlines, or the presence of minor errors can create significant value disparities. Furthermore, as decades pass and high-grade survivors naturally diminish due to circulation and mishandling, the scarcity factor continues to increase, reinforcing the coin's desirability among numismatists, investors, and enthusiasts who recognize that a well-preserved 1971 nickel is not just a small denomination but a valuable piece of American history that bridges artistry, culture, and commerce, making it a must-have for serious collectors and a tangible example of how even the smallest coins can carry extraordinary value in the marketplace when combined with knowledge, condition, rarity, and careful grading, proving that the 1971 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition represents both a collectible treasure and a smart long-term investment in the world of numismatics, where attention to detail, historical awareness, and a trained eye can unlock hundreds to thousands of dollars in market value for a single coin that once circulated in the pockets and registers of everyday Americans. One of the most compelling reasons collectors and investors pay close attention to the 1971 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition is the coin's combination of historical significance, scarcity in high-grade condition, and subtle unique features that are not immediately obvious to casual observers, starting with the fact that while millions were minted at the Denver Mint, the majority of coins that survived over 50 years of circulation show varying degrees of wear, meaning that coins retaining strong detail on Jefferson's hair, the collar and coat folds, and the Monticello steps are already rare, and the rarity is further amplified when collectors identify special die characteristics or minor mint errors, such as doubled dies on the obverse or reverse, die cracks, or slight off-center strikes, which can exponentially increase value, especially if these anomalies are authenticated and certified by major grading services like NGC or PCGS, whose verification not only confirms authenticity but also assures buyers and sellers of the coin's condition and market legitimacy. Furthermore, even among very fine examples, the overall eye appeal, including the brightness of any remaining original mint luster, the uniformity of tone, and the absence of significant contact marks or scratches, can drastically affect a coin's marketability, as collectors prefer coins that retain a clean, attractive appearance, and auction data shows that visually appealing specimens frequently outperform less attractive examples, sometimes commanding hundreds to thousands of dollars, particularly when part of a complete date and mintmark set or when filling gaps in advanced registry collections, making the 1971 D nickel a highly desirable piece for both new and experienced numismatists. Beyond these technical aspects, the coin also holds historical and cultural relevance, being part of the post-1965 era when the U.S. had fully transitioned away from silver coinage, reflecting both economic changes and the enduring design of Felix Schlage's Jefferson portrait, which by 1971 had become a familiar symbol of American currency, giving collectors a tangible link to the country's monetary and artistic heritage, and adding an emotional dimension to its financial value. From an investment standpoint, the 1971 D Jefferson nickel illustrates how small denomination coins can appreciate significantly over time when properly evaluated and preserved, as high-grade examples continue to grow rarer due to loss, damage, or circulation, and as collector awareness increases globally, ensuring that coins once thought to be ordinary pocket change can now serve as long-term, liquid assets that combine history, artistry, and market demand, proving that careful examination, proper storage, and professional certification are not optional but essential strategies for maximizing both collectible enjoyment and financial return in the competitive world of numismatics. When examining the current market value of the 1971 D Jefferson nickel, collectors need to understand that pricing is influenced by multiple intersecting factors, starting with condition, rarity, and historical significance, as coins graded very fine (VF) are higher by trusted grading. Services such as PCGS or NGC consistently command higher premiums than raw, ungraded coins, and within the very fine category, even small differences in detail, such as sharper hairlines on Jefferson's portrait, clearer definition in the coat and collar folds, and stronger, fully separated steps on Monticello, can create a significant price spread. Moreover, coins exhibiting minor mint errors or die variations, including slight off-center strikes, die cracks, or double die features, can exponentially increase collector demand, sometimes elevating a nickel from a modest $100 value to upwards of $2,000, depending on the rarity, severity, and collector awareness of the anomaly. Market data from recent auctions, online coin marketplaces, and private dealer sales show a growing trend of premium buyers actively seeking high-grade 1971 D nickels to complete their date and mintmark collections, registry sets, and error coin portfolios, demonstrating that scarcity, quality, and certification combine to drive sustained value growth, particularly as the supply of well-preserved specimens naturally declines over time due to circulation, mishandling, and cleaning, making coins in very fine or better condition increasingly coveted. Beyond the technical and economic factors, the 1971 D nickel carries a rich historical narrative, representing the post-silver era of U.S. coinage and the continuation of Felix Schlage's Jefferson design, which by this time had become an iconic and familiar symbol of American currency, bridging artistry, culture, and daily life, and giving collectors not only financial incentive but also historical appreciation when acquiring or selling this coin. Savvy investors also recognize that market timing and provenance can play a decisive role in maximizing value, as coins with documented ownership, excellent eye appeal, and strong certification records tend to outperform similar examples in general circulation, and even subtle differences in toning or luster preservation can impact both auction success and private sale negotiations. Ultimately, the 1971 D Jefferson nickel in very fine condition is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin can transform into a highly collectible and financially significant asset, combining condition, rarity, historical context, and market demand to create value that far exceeds its face denomination, proving that careful inspection, proper storage, professional grading, and awareness of market trends are essential for anyone serious about building a meaningful collection or making informed numismatic investments, and this makes the 1971 D nickel not just pocket change but a tangible piece of American history with potential to achieve hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's numismatic marketplace, a fact that continues to excite collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts worldwide. The 1972 D Washington 5-cent, more accurately known among collectors as the 1972 D Jefferson nickel, is a coin that holds significant interest in the numismatic world due to its combination of historical relevance, design continuity, and the subtle features that distinguish high-value specimens from ordinary circulation coins. And understanding its market potential begins with recognizing that, although millions of these nickels were produced at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark, the majority have undergone decades of circulation, resulting in varying degrees of wear, which makes locating examples in very fine condition increasingly rare, particularly coins that retain sharp details in Jefferson's portrait, including his hair strands, facial features, and the folds of his coat, as well as strong reverse detail on Monticello, where the clarity of the steps, columns, and overall architectural definition separates ordinary coins from premium ones. Collectors and investors alike also pay close attention to minor variations and mint errors, such as double dies, die cracks, weak strikes, or slight off-center issues, all of which can dramatically increase the coin's value when properly identified and verified. And professional grading from services such as NGC or PCGS plays a critical role in establishing credibility, authenticity, and market desirability, as certified coins consistently achieve higher auction and private sale prices compared to raw or ungraded examples, with well-preserved very fine specimens often reaching values in the range of hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on rarity, eye appeal, and historical significance. Historically, the 1972 D nickel represents a continuation of the Jefferson design by Felix Schlag, which had by this point become an iconic and widely recognized symbol of American currency, reflecting a post-silver era of U.S. coinage that emphasized durability, mass production, and aesthetic consistency, and this makes the coin appealing not only for its potential financial return but also for its cultural and historical value, providing collectors with a tangible connection to the monetary and artistic heritage of the United States. Market trends indicate that demand for 1972 D Jefferson nickels in higher grades has steadily increased over the decades as collectors focus on completing mint mark sets, acquiring error coins, and preserving historical specimens, and as circulation reduces the population of well-maintained coins, scarcity continues to drive prices upward, making attention to condition, luster preservation, and rim integrity crucial factors for those seeking to maximize collectible or investment potential. Furthermore, subtle differences in eye appeal, such as the brightness of any remaining original luster, toning patterns, and the absence of scratches, nicks, or other surface marks, can further distinguish a coin and command a premium from discerning buyers, illustrating why meticulous inspection, proper storage, and professional certification are essential for anyone looking to extract maximum value from their 1972 D nickel. In addition, the coin serves as a compelling example of how knowledge, patience, and careful evaluation can transform what appears to be an ordinary 5-cent piece into a highly desirable collectible and investment-grade item, proving that in the world of numismatics, historical context, condition rarity, certification, and market demand intersect to create real monetary and cultural value, and for collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike, the 1972 D Jefferson nickel in very fine condition represents not just a small piece of American currency but a treasure with the potential to achieve hundreds to thousands of dollars in today's active coin market, underscoring why even coins once considered everyday pocket change can become prized collectibles with proper knowledge, attention, and care. In addition to condition and certification, one of the most fascinating aspects of the 1972 D Jefferson nickel is the subtle unique features and variations that can significantly impact its value, making it much more than just a 5-cent coin from everyday circulation. Collectors often scrutinize the coin for full-step Monticello, which refers to the clarity and separation of the architectural steps on the reverse, because coins that exhibit complete, well-defined steps are noticeably rarer than those with worn or partially merged steps, and this difference alone can elevate the market price considerably, especially when combined with very fine or better preservation of Jefferson's obverse portrait. Era collectors also look for minor anomalies such as double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes, which are uncommon in the 1972D series, yet when discovered, these features can transform a standard collectible into a highly sought-after item that commands a premium among advanced numismatists. Beyond physical characteristics, the coin's historical context adds to its appeal, as the 1972D was struck during the post-silver era, a time when the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to base metal coinage, reflecting both economic changes in the country and the enduring popularity of Felix Schlag's Jefferson design, which had been in circulation for decades, providing a tangible connection to American history for collectors and investors alike. Current market data indicates that while ordinary circulated examples may trade for face value or modestly above, high-quality very fine coins, especially those with strong eye appeal, minimal contact marks, and certified authentication, can realistically command hundreds to thousands of dollars, with top-tier examples appearing in auctions, registry sets, and private sales at prices that reflect both rarity and demand, demonstrating the importance of careful inspection, proper storage, and professional grading to maximize a coin's collectible and investment potential. Furthermore, subtle factors like original luster traces, even toning, and surface cleanliness play a crucial role in market desirability, as coins that present well visually tend to attract higher bids, faster sales, and repeat interest from serious collectors, reinforcing the principle that in numismatics, condition, scarcity, historical significance, and certification together define real value, making the 1972D Jefferson nickel in very fine condition not merely a small denomination but a collectible treasure that bridges artistry, history, and financial potential, illustrating how patient, knowledgeable collectors can transform an ordinary coin into a highly prized asset capable of achieving significant market appreciation over time. Another critical aspect that makes the 1972D Jefferson nickel in very fine condition highly collectible and potentially valuable is the way market demand, rarity, and historical context intersect to drive long-term appreciation, and understanding this dynamic is essential for both novice and experienced collectors who are serious about numismatic investment. While millions of 1972D nickels were minted at the Denver Mint, the number of coins that have survived in very fine or better condition is significantly smaller than the original mintage, and even among those, coins with exceptional eye appeal, strong Monticello steps, well-defined obverse details, and minimal wear are particularly rare, creating a natural scarcity that collectors compete to acquire, which is why professionally certified coins often command prices ranging from hundreds to over $2,000, depending on the quality, certification level, and any unique features. Savvy investors also pay close attention to minor die variations or mint errors, such as subtle double dies, small die cracks, or slight off-center strikes, as these anomalies, though rare in the 1972D series, can elevate a nickel from a standard collectible to a highly prized piece that attracts significant bidding interest at auctions and private sales, particularly when verified by grading services like NGC or PCGS, which provide both authenticity and a standardized condition assessment recognized worldwide. Beyond physical and technical features, the coin's historical significance adds intrinsic value, as it reflects the post-silver era of U.S. coinage when the mint had fully transitioned to base metal compositions, while still maintaining the classic Jefferson design introduced by Felix Schlag decades earlier, providing a tangible link to American history and artistry, which appeals not only to numismatists but also to collectors who value coins as cultural artifacts. Market trends over the past few decades show a steady increase in demand for high-grade 1972D nickels, particularly among registry set builders and collectors seeking to complete date and mintmark collections, and this trend is expected to continue as the number of surviving premium examples gradually decreases due to circulation, mishandling, or loss. further enhancing scarcity and long-term value. Subtle details like the presence of original mint luster, even toning, minimal scratches, and surface cleanliness also significantly affect marketability, as visually appealing coins consistently outperform those with dull or damaged surfaces, demonstrating why careful handling, proper storage, and professional grading are essential for anyone serious about maximizing both collectible and financial potential. Ultimately, the 1972 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition exemplifies how a small denomination coin, when evaluated with knowledge, attention, and care, can transform into a historically significant, aesthetically pleasing, and financially valuable asset, offering collectors and investors alike the opportunity to own a piece of American history that is both a tangible treasure and a smart long-term numismatic investment, proving that even ordinary-looking coins can achieve extraordinary market value when rarity, condition, and historical significance align.